Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. As you can see, yesterday and today we posted many of them because there's much going on in the market. So if you want to know what's going on, definitely check out the memberships. And yeah, it seems like we have topped in the third wave. We got rejected by the 200-day moving average. And right now we seem to be in a fourth wave move down. We got above the market support band, which is a good sign. But I did warn you a couple of days ago that we could get to it or even above it and then get rejected by it. And by the looks of it, we are doing just that. Now, I don't know if the third wave is already in because we did not get to the 0.382 support level for the fourth wave yet. So the third wave could still overextend, and honestly, when you look at this setup for the C wave of the third wave, you could say that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 setup, and maybe we'll still get another high and then we go down in the fourth wave move. So keep that in mind. If that happens, I will make sure to put the resistance levels on the chart again, but if we start going down, you can expect the price to drop to about 67.4 cents and even 64.5 cents, but we really need to stay above this support zone because if we do not, the structure could turn bearish. And if we get to the 0.382 support level right here at 67.4 cents, I'm expecting the fifth wave move up to get to about 87 cents at the bare minimum. So again, that's the bare minimum for the fifth wave. Of course, if we go lower, then it's gonna have to be adjusted, but so far, I mean, it's at 87 cents, and it could even stretch to like $1.02 in a more bullish scenario. Also, other targets you need to watch right now are this red line. Yesterday, we actually got above the other red line that I had, and we even got above this one, so things are looking extremely good, but please do not get overly bullish because we need to go up in 5 waves, and if we do not have 5 waves up, the structure is still not bullish and we could always get another low. So the correction that we're getting right now is actually pretty normal, and I would like to see it drop a bit more before we continue going up. Now on the RSI, as you can see, the RSI was at like 92 over here. On the 4 hour it was extremely overbought. Right now it's no longer overbought, it's at like 70, which is a really good sign. And I think we could continue going down just to, cool off a bit. Now the RSI actually got extremely overbought, and if you look at how much it went up, like I said, it went to an RSI of 92. We have not even been overbought like this over here in March when Cardano went up from like 57 cents to about $1.20 in like 2 hours. So yeah, what we did right now is bullish, and you could say it actually looks very similar to what we did over here in November when we started going up. So as you can see, we got above the bull market support band. We got extremely overbought on the 4 hour. The RSI was at like 88 or so. Then we cooled off, and then we still went higher. Even though we got to the overbought here, that did not mean the top was in. So yeah, from here we still went from like 52 cents to about $1.30. So this is probably what we are doing right now. But again, you have to remember we are still working on 5 waves, and yeah, if we do go higher, it's normal, but I kind of want to see a fourth wave move down first. And also, let me explain what these 5 waves are for. Like I said, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 setup, and we're working on the last wave of this first wave. What is this first wave for? Well, basically, this first wave will confirm that this low right here is in and that we are not going back to 50 cents again. And also, after that, we're gonna need that ABC to the downside to get a second wave. And these 5 waves, these much bigger 5 waves here, will be the first wave of the bigger third wave of the third wave. So there's obviously a lot to do, and maybe, maybe this one to set up is actually the first one to set up of that third wave. So it's really hard to say what the structure will do, but we have a bunch of, scenarios on the chart, and all of them could play out. And honestly, all of them are bullish. So if we get a strong reaction right here for the third wave of this one to set up after we complete it, that could actually be the third wave of the main third wave of the third wave. So that could be extremely bullish. So we'll see if we get it, after the 1-2 setup, or if we first form a 5-wave move to the upside, which is going to complete a much bigger first wave, and then we go down, or if we just start the third wave of the third wave after getting the 1-2 setup there. And other than that, we have some other major targets. Obviously, I mean, we are still in a downtrend right now. Yes, we did break out of this downtrend, but we are in a much bigger one. And some targets that you need to know are the X wave right here high. This is at 86.7 cents. Getting above this would obviously be bullish. And other than that, this Y wave is important. This is at $1.17. And this is exactly where the 0.618 resistance level of the previous all-time high is. This is where we got rejected about, let's say, 5 or 6 times in the past. So getting above this will be extremely good. And after we get above that resistance level, we could test it, and that could start the bigger third wave of the third wave. So that's it about the short term. Now, if you go on the daily chart, I mean, the daily chart right now on the RSI is overbought, but as you know from the past, this does not really mean anything. And honestly, here, back in November of last year, we were already extremely overbought when we got to like 63 cents from like 30 cents. And we kept being overbought until the, rest of the move to the upside. So like I said, getting overbought does not mean we will drop. And honestly, I mean, right now the RSI is barely at 69 or 70. So I think we're going higher, but do not expect the price to go up in a straight line. We need boring days, and as you know, right now we're in a fourth wave move down, and the fourth wave move down is usually the most boring wave in a 5-wave setup. So if we keep going sideways until the rest of the weekend and maybe even on Monday, do not be surprised by that. Now let's go to the weekly chart. Here we are still above the moving average, which is nice, but after we complete the first 1-2 setup here, probably in the second wave move down, we will retest the moving average there, and if we finally stay above it, unlike we did over here where we got rejected, if we stay above it this time, we could use it as support like we did over here in November, and then we could start the much bigger third wave of the third wave up here. That's it about the weekly. Now let's go to the monthly, and here it's the exact same story. We need to stay and close above the RSI, and other than that, I need to look at the ADA dominance chart because it is getting a bounce. Speaking of this bounce, what's happening right now on the RSI is also very good. We are finally above the moving average here on the monthly yet again, which is a good sign. Other than that, let me go on the weekly, because on the weekly, we are currently fighting with the moving average on the ADA dominance chart. So as you can see, we already found some resistance here in this area. So what we need to do right now is get above it. We have been below it ever since January of 2025, if you do not count this wick right here. So yeah, getting above it would most likely result in a very big move to the upside. Other than that, the ADA Bitcoin chart is doing the exact same thing. However, on this chart, we are already above the moving average there, so that's good. And yeah, the chart is looking good, everything is looking good right now, even Ethereum is looking great, and we're still waiting for the third wave of this 1-2 setup. Let me actually go on the 4-hour for this because, well, as you can see, we are bouncing, and we are overbought on the daily here. I'm sorry, not the 4-hour. And yeah, that does not mean anything. I still think we'll go higher. And now Bitcoin, on the other hand, is facing some resistance already. And well, we are almost at the 0.618 resistance level here. So if we find some more resistance at $120,000, do not be surprised. But if we get above that, the next target I have is $137,000. And if we get above that, the next target is $162,000. And that's only for the main third wave to be finished. After that, we could still get a fourth wave move down and a fifth wave move up, which could easily put us above $200,000. So that's it about this. Now, do I have anything else to say? Well, not really. Expect the weekend to be pretty boring, and if it's not boring, then the third wave move up is most likely not in, and we're going higher, and we're trying to form, like I said, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup. So if we do that, it's okay. Also, the 200-day moving average acted as resistance many times in the past. I mean, even here we got rejected, and then we went to like 50 cents again. Even here you could say we got rejected many times, and yeah, if we get above it right now, it could be a very good sign, but even then, we are most likely gonna top in the fifth wave around this area, and the second wave move down could actually get to the 200-day moving average again, and maybe this time we actually use it as support. So we'll see, and that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, again, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.